What is the worst life hack you have ever tried, and have you ever tried one with terrible consequences? Tried that one that says, putting tea bags on your eyes depuffs them, when I was about 13. However, they did not specify black tea, so my dumbass uses an apple cinnamon tea. Cinnamon is a minor irritant, so I had red tea bags shaped rectangles around my eyes for a few hours. Similar, I had a cold sore on my lip, and read that tea bags would help it go away. So I put some moist black tea bags on my lip for like an hour. They stained the cold sore a very dark brown color. I am so pale I'm almost translucent. It was not good, and I couldn't leave the house for a while until it all washed off, which took many painful washings. My friend tried that thing going around on Facebook about microwaving your phone if you get water in it. I couldn't stop laughing long enough to be of any help to her. I can't believe so many people fell for this, especially since almost everyone knows putting metal in the microwave equals bad. My initial thought was that people can't be that dumb. Then I thought about the people I know, and I formally retracted the initial thought. If it's on Facebook, then it's gotta be true. The recent drill into your iPhone 7 to access the headphone jack videos had me worried for some of my not-so-bright friends. My friend read somewhere that if you rubbed your own ball sweat on you, girls would be subconsciously attracted to you because of pheromones. I was intrigued but skeptical, so I decided to see how it worked for him. He did not get laid that day, but did achieve smelling like ball sweat all day at school. I never gave it a go. My ex heard that there was pheromones in piss that would attract females. He decided that more was better. He collected his piss for a few weeks and then decided to boil it down to a concentrate that he could use to pick up chicks. His parents weren't home, so he got boiling. He boiled piss all day. He didn't open any windows or turn on any fans. I'm not really sure how, but the entire inside of the house was covered in stinky piss steam. Almost totaled off the house according to his dad. They had to redo the walls and the flooring. A cousin of mine nearly burned his hand off and house down following some YouTube video to take a battery apart to get little batteries from inside. Idiot, you don't take the battery apart, you're supposed to whittle it down to the preferred size. Not so much of life hack as a really shitty home remedy, but about 15 years ago, I had gallstones really bad. I found some home remedy that said drinking a whole cup of olive oil straight up would grease them enough to make them pass right through with a little pop. I tried it, wishing for anything to ease the pain. 30 seconds later I puked to the point of dry heaving. Now I had gallstone pain and sore ribs, abs, and lower back. And my mouth tasted like I just puked a bucket of piss. I just went and laid down and cried. The sad irony is, it wasn't even gallstones that was causing the pain after all that ordeal. I later found out that it was an ulcer. I had that H. pylori shit in my stomach really bad and was eventually hospitalized when the wall of my stomach ripped right open getting out of bed one day. On the plus side, the trip to the hospital revealed the true cause of the pain, and within a day or so it was all fixed up. It's funny because if you have gallstones you are supposed to avoid eating fats and oils. The reason is that the gallbladder contains bile which is used to digest fat. So when your gut detects fat oil from food it triggers the gallbladder to contract and release bile into the gut. So if you have gallstones and or an inflamed gallbladder that contraction hurts like hell. I once saw a beauty hack that said you should hold your eyelash curler under the blow dryer for 10 seconds so your lashes curl more. I burned my eyelashes off. That was 7 years ago and I swear they've only just recently grown back completely. That sounds like a nightmare. I sometimes warm my eyelash curler up by sticking it in my bra for a few minutes while I do the rest of my face. It seems to work. Pinterest will tell you to chuck your toilet brush up into a drill motor and give her hell. Admittedly, I've never tried this because I have zero interest in creating a shit tornado in my bathroom, but it's about the worst idea I've heard in a while. I tried the life hack where you turn your toaster sideways to easily make grilled cheese. Yeah, a small fire happened and now the toaster has lived in my garden for about a year now. But did you get your grilled cheese? Nah, just disappointment. Putting chapstick on your eyelids makes you high. I couldn't find chapstick so I went to the next best thing. Tiger Balm, extra strength pain relieving ointment. My God, was I in pain. Never doing that again. As a teenager I read that olive oil is good for dry scalp. I put a ton of low quality, i.e. smelly, olive oil in my hair. The smell didn't wash out for weeks. I did the same thing. It promised me glossy hair. I had to wrap my oil-soaked hair in an old towel for 10 minutes, then shampoo. It took me about 4 separate shampoos before it stopped looking like a limp, greasy mess. Same with those damn DIY hair treatments. This one was specifically half coconut oil, half olive oil. I don't see why those damn hair treatment posts are so popular. Washed my hair like 3 times to get all of it out, and my hair felt exactly the fucking same. I heard that you could use Vaseline as pomade. I scrubbed my head for an hour straight, and it wouldn't come out. When I was young, I thought that the quickest way to cool down a hot old pan was to douse it with water. Never again. Way back when I worked in a snack shack. At close, I had to empty and clean out the deep fryer, which was always slow to cool down. Genius that I am, I dumped a whole bucket of ice cubes to speed up the process. The grease started bubbling immediately. Then the deep fryer exploded as piping hot grease shot straight up to the ceiling and spilled out all over the shack. The eruption continued for several minutes, eventually coating the entire counter, floor, and almost every other surface. I was lucky to escape with only minor burns to my arms and legs. My supervisor returned to the shack just moments after the explosion began to subside. He asked what happened, and I played dumb. So he shrugged his shoulders and said, "Clean it up," as he left for the night. I commenced to squeegee all that grease into buckets and deposit it into the grease dumpster. Took me hours. I reeked like French fries for about a week afterward. You were expected to clean a fryer without having been informed what happens when you get water in the oil? I cleaned deep fryers for years through high school and college at multiple restaurants, and no one ever warned me not to put water in the deep fryer. Douse it on the bottom non-oiled side first. Then you can water the oil side without problems. That actually sounds like a reasonable life hack that I don't know how it will go wrong, but given what thread we are in, I'm still hesitant to try it. Well, it's a good way to warp or crack a pan, so that's one way. I remember a long while back, someone on Reddit suggested wiping your ass standing up as a life hack. There were a number of people who chimed in and said this was the way they've always done it, and both sides were amazed that the other existed. But it seemed like everyone who tried it standing up for the first time thought it was awful and usually got shit on their balls. I read this one a few months ago on Reddit, and I said out loud, "What a fact, some people stand up to wipe their ass." My wife was in the room and just looked blankly at me and said, "How else would you do it?" Once tried to use butter as tanning lotion. Melted a stick in a coffee mug and had a buddy of mine rub me down. I read it online while sitting by the pool. It didn't work. At all. I wanted lighter hair for summer, and used lemons for it when I was 13 about 7 years ago. Bad move. Hair was dry. Staying on the hair theme, I put banana in my hair because 17 magazine said it would leave it soft and silky when I was 15. Well, guess franking what? It was impossible to wash out, and I had to pick banana clumps out of my quacking hair for flippin' 3 weeks. I had rotten banana in my hair. Lesson of this girl's lifetime. Don't listen to 17 magazine's life hacks. Bunch of teddy pickers. I read that egg wash was great for your hair. Cracked an egg on my head in the shower. Rinsed with hot water. Yep. I had to pick cooked eggs out of my hair. Not fun. You would think I had learned my lesson. Nope. Heard beer was great for your hair. Again in a hot shower. Poured some over my head. Got transdermally drunk in shower. Fun times. My takeaway is food should not go on my head. Still have flashbacks from when I had honey stuck in it. That was the last straw for me. If you use peanut butter to get gum out of a kid's hair, now you have to find something that will remove the peanut butter or they will smell like a PBJ for a week. My dad used mineral oil. That worked better than anything else. I used the old scissors. 3 words, home bikini epilator. Using this tool correctly is actually just as awful as mishandling it. The DIY aspect does not improve anything. That sounds like it was about as much fun as the home bikini wax I tried. The paper ripped off the wax, and I was stuck with tacky, wax-like substance that took most of my skin off with it when I was finally able to remove it with a combination of rubbing alcohol and extremely abrasive exfoliators on a loofah. I've stuck things together with a home bikini waxing kit. The little wipes that came with it were useless, and I was sat on the bathroom floor for a good 2 hours. Heard via radio show that you can use bleach when you hand wash dishes to make them cleaner. Read the back of my dish soap. Didn't see any warnings, so I dumped a capful of bleach in my soapy dish water. The smell was awful and I started getting lightheaded. Unplugged the sink, vented the apartment, and went outside for a while. Found out later that I had made chlorine gas. Looked up what went wrong. Turns out there's a big difference between adding bleach to dish water and rinsing dishes with bleach water. There's one that comes up on Pinterest a bunch. It suggests using sticky hooks in the inside of a cabinet to hold up lids to your pans. Motherfucking glue came unstuck and the lid fell on my GD toe. Broke the fucker too. I tried that life hack where you use a lighter to pop dents out of ping pong balls. Well, it ended up catching on fire and I burned a hole in my mother-in-law's carpet. Freezing bananas helps them last longer. Also, it turns out you're supposed to peel them first. Microwave brownie in a mug. I broke 2 coffee duos and burned my hand. What's the worst life hack you've tried? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.